You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the fact that you kind of look like Matthew McConaughey.
You think so?
Does anybody ever tell you that? Just look at the camera and go, all right, all right, all right.
All right. Hey, Acey, you have a joint? You sober. Be a lot cooler if you did, man.
See?
Thanks for being here at Black Forge with the man, the myth, the legend, Acey Slade of Catfight Coffee.
Hello.
Your resume is too long to Murder Dolls, Joan Jett, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Whatever. But you're on tour with Stu, playing bass and Stu, right?
Playing guitar.
You're playing guitar and Stu, my bad.
Yeah.
Last time I saw you, weren't you playing bass and Stu?
I was.
Okay, I was going to say something.
I swing both ways, apparently.
You swing all the
Yeah.
And how's that? It's going amazing, right? Obviously, the tour.
Yeah,
we
we had no idea that there would be a big new metal resurgence, and apparently we have been pleasantly surprised. Every night of the tour has been sold out. If it hasn't been sold out, it's because it's been upgraded to a bigger venue. So it's been a pleasant surprise, and we're not playing small shoe boxes anymore, which are charming and are fun. But now we're playing places that have showers, and that's pretty nice.
Pretty dope. This place you're playing right down the street, this Black Forge is right up the street from the Roxy. And have you been in there yet?
I didn't walk in, I walked right to Black Forge.
Right, came here?
I was like, why the fuck am I going in the venue? Black Forge is here.
I love it, man. That's why we're here. But it's super nice.
Cool.
So they just built it a couple years ago. It's a new theater. It's in the Keys Rocks here. So, it's not the most happening area, so it's kind of part of revitalizing part of the community, and they did a fucking awesome job, and you'll love it, dude. It's super nice. The sound is good. The last show I saw there was John 5 on Valentine's Day.
Oh, cool.
So that's been a while. But yeah, you'll love it. I'm psyched to see you, man.
Awesome.
What's been the best city so far?
As far as crowds go, Montreal.
No way.
Montreal was off the chain. Yeah, that was a really good one. And that was a good venue too. But definitely as far as crowds go, Montreal.
Do you attribute the success to just like the new metal resurgence that's happening right now, or what do you think the secret is with this package being so successful right now?
I think it's like you and I were talking about briefly earlier.
Yeah.
You're talking about two bands, Dope and Static X, that always believe in themselves and double down on themselves. And it's funny when people say, oh, it's a cash grab. Well, if it was a cash grab, there would just be a backdrop up, two little half stacks, and that would be it. Yeah. But both Dope and Static X always reinvest in themselves. They double down on themselves. They believe in themselves. And it shows in the show. So you go and see some of these other bands that might be from that same time period, and you see that they just have a backdrop and some half stacks, and they stand there, and you're like, wow, I feel really old. I can't believe that the 90s are 2K. I can't believe 2K was, almost 25 years ago. But I feel like when you see Dope and you see Static X, you feel like I'm 23 again, or I'm 19 again.
It is true.
And that's the goal.
Yeah.
You want to make people feel like they're back in that space again. You don't want people to feel like, oh, I'm old and I went and saw one of the old bands and they're old too.
Do you feel like you're 23 when you're on stage?
Yeah, I feel pretty.
Do you feel pretty good?
Yeah.
You look good. I mean, see you jumping around and jamming. So what's?
Thank you. Yeah, the only problem I have is, obviously we talk about fitness during this.
We'll talk.
I had a personal trainer right up until the tour started, and then I got sick the first week of the tour, and I wasn't doing my yoga. And dude, one night, like after 4 days of not doing yoga, I jumped, and I just felt white light, heat, pain shoot across my back. And like when I landed, I just stood there and I could barely breathe. And
dude.
So it's all about
the
yoga.
The message is keep up the yoga on the road.
Gotta do it, man.
You do it.
Gotta do it.
Do you have a road routine for your stretches
I do.
or yoga?
Yeah, believe it or not, this is gonna sound really silly, but if you get a chance, look up AM Yoga on YouTube, Megan Townsend, and it's really funny because I've been following the same 10-minute routine. It's AM yoga and PM yoga, 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. And it's so funny because now it looks so dated. And for the longest time, I've been doing it for that same video for 15 years probably, and it never looked dated to me. And now I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, we are getting old.
But yoga's never goes out of style.
No.
No matter what you do, the basic 3 poses, I mean, will go such a long way. So, especially, you're in a van. Are you in a van on this tour?
No, we're in a bus.
You're in a bus.
I'll never tour in a van again.
Never tour in a van again.
Fuck no.
Good for you, man. You made it there.
No.
But I know Fear Factory's touring in a van on this tour, aren't they?
They're in a bandwagon.
Which
is similar, but
I mean, just, it's not always glamorous.
I would possibly do a bandwagon, but if it was a band that I loved musically and if it made sense, but I would never be in a van. That I won't do.
Either way, it's not the best conditions for your body when you're on the road, so to see you take care of yourself, I mean, it shows, man. You crush it.
Well, I've been crushing pizza a little too much on this tour, to be fair. Yeah, my diet's been awful on this tour, but what can you do?
What is the normal diet for you when you're not on tour? When
I'm not on tour, I've really gotten into intermittent fasting.
Okay.
So I won't eat. I'll have a cappuccino at around 10:30, 11 o'clock. And then I won't actually eat anything till noon.
Okay.
And then I stop eating at 8 p.m. And I basically try to eat as few carbs as possible. So I don't like to say I'm keto because it's not true ketosis, but and I do throw in some fruits and vegetables that have sugars in them. But I think that they're important.
Definitely.
But just as far as like white breads, starches, no French fries, no mashed potatoes, and no white bread, no pizza, things like that.
Sensible eating, that's what I always tell people, it's just a balanced
That's what,
diet.
for me, and I'm lucky because I don't have any overt problems like that. So.
Yeah, and I know you enjoy your cheat meals, which you should.
Yes.
You should, everybody should. It's a balance. You can't stay on your diet and not have your cheat meals, man.
Hey, the thing that I learned, which I didn't expect to learn anything from trying to do keto, was when I would break my keto diet and eat something with sugar, like white sugar and white starches and carbs, dude, I would itch so bad.
Okay, yeah.
I would itch, I'd be grumpy, I'd get headaches. I never realized how really bad for you that stuff was.
Until you cut out the poison, you don't realize you're being poisoned.
Absolutely.
I know you're a sober man yourself, so
I am.
Some metaphor there too.
Yeah.
How many years have you been sober?
25.
It shows, man.
Yeah.
You have this light energy about you.
Thank you.
It's very cool and inspiring to see.
Thank you.
I think we need more of that, more health consciousness in rock and roll, which is kind of why I do what I do. So
Yeah.
Great embodiment of that, brother.
Live fast, die old, despite what my hat says.
Does it say die young on that? Oh, die fast.
Die fast. Well, wait. Live fast, die old, but die fast.
Die fast.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I don't want to die slow.
No one does.
Yeah, there we go.
That's the worst way to do it. What are your favorite? I see you doing your cheat meals and your cattail hour and stuff. You're a sweets guy, though. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that your favorite cheat meal, like sweets, chocolate, shit like that?
Yeah, that and Mexican food.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Mexican food doesn't have to be unhealthy.
It doesn't have to be, but it usually does when I do it.
It's one of those things.
Yeah.
What about coffee? When you drink coffee, what's normal coffee for you? Do you like? I know you like cappuccinos, but do you do like the fancy drinks, or are you a black coffee person?
Well, black. Yeah. So usually I'll have. I wake up. I make a French press of Catfight Coffee.
Cool.
Plug there. Catfight Coffee.
We'll talk about that.
So I'll do a French press of that for my wife and I. Then I'll have the cappuccino, and then throughout the day I'll have 2 or 5 more.
Coffee is on the intermittent fasting diet if it's black.
Exactly.
So you're good.
Yeah.
And they say when you're sober you drink more coffee. So is that true too?
Exactly. It's been my experience.
Yeah. So Catfight Coffee, what's on the horizon? How's that going?
It is going amazing.
We need to catch up on that for sure.
Yeah, it's going great. In fact, any of the problems that we have are luxury problems.
Good.
We're growing.
I like that, by the way. Luxury problems.
They're luxury problems.
All the problems we have are luxury problems too.
Yes.
That's a good way to look at it.
We're growing, and so with growth, the only thing that's a little scary about that is with growth, it means we're going to need to spend more money. We're going to need to get a location, a physical location, and that's that's not how we anticipated Catfight going. Like, we thought, all right, we'll start this e-commerce business and it'll have a ceiling, and it'll be cool, and it'll be like extra money in our pockets. We never anticipated that it would become a real legitimate business, and we're very fortunate that it is. So we're really lucky. Yeah.
Well, you're doing a really good job. I don't think it's luck. I think you're doing a really
Thank you.
fucking good job. The
Yeah.
branding is on point. That's what I like about it so much. You know?
Thank you.
I think it's one of those things, and that's what I try to do with my business too, is like, people that don't necessarily drink coffee will probably buy a bag of Catfight coffee. You know, you can get people to drink coffee because your branding's so good. It has a crossword puzzle on the back. It's cool. It's like exciting to buy. I want to get people to buy my shirts that aren't into fitness.
Yes.
You know, because the product is so good. You don't have to be into the actual product to buy it. You buy into the brand that way.
Exactly.
People. Like, so that's what a true brand does. So that's what I admire about you. But that wasn't the plan. That just happened.
Yeah, and now, you know, here we are. We're in, I think, 80 or 90 retail locations all across the U.S., which
that's great.
That's mind-boggling.
I didn't even know that.
We're doing great at retail, which was something that we,
Is that how you do it? Nice, man.
Yeah. And there's a trick to that, which I'll share with you when we're off the camera.
Yeah. Tell me. Yeah.
You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about the fact that you kind of look like Matthew McConaughey.
You think so?
Does anybody ever tell you that? Just look at the camera and go, all right, all right, all right.
All right. Hey, Acey, you have a joint. You sober. It'd be a lot cooler if you did, man.
See? See?
We do have that draw. Yeah, I get that, and I get Adrian Brody.
I can kind of see that.
The nose. It's the nose.
I can see that.
Like my sad gothic hair going on, you know.
You got to do the Liberty spikes like he had in Summer of Sam.
Yeah. You being a hair guy, what do you think of the mullet? This is a new look for me.
I think it's cool. It's not a fully realized mullet, but you're on your way.
It's like almost mullet, faux mullet. Yeah. I like the shaved sides. I might take notes on that.
Nice. Nice.
May Ling does hair too, right?
Yeah. We met in cosmetology school. Yeah.
That's right. You did tell me that.
Yeah, that's.
You have an interesting trajectory.
Yeah, you know, I never. The hair school thing. It was weird. It was like after I'd played in Murder Dolls and I had my own band, Trashlight Vision.
Yeah.
I played in Dope and I got to tour the world and I got to do all these amazing things. And just the music industry was in a shitter at that moment. It was when nobody knew what to do. Spotify didn't exist yet.
What era was this?
This would have been 10 years ago?
It's a weird
12 years ago?
wasteland middle era.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't know what to do, and I just knew I'd never gone to school before.
Okay.
And so I went to...
By the way.
What's that?
Theater, by the way.
Yeah.
School, I get it.
And so I went to Aveda, and the hair thing didn't stick for me. It was weird. It's one of the few things I'm very black and white about stuff. I either hate it or I love it. And doing hair, I was like, I like this because I'm my own boss. You know, I can have tattoos. I can dress weird. There's girls all over the place. Like this is pretty cool. Like this isn't a bad way to make money. You know, you do someone's hair, they turn around, and they hand you the cash. Unlike the music business, where if anybody hands the cash, there's a couple other hands digging into it. It's like, This is my money. I keep this money. It goes into my pocket. So that's what I liked about it. But I knew at that point that's kind of when the tattoos got heavier, and I'm like, I'm never going to work for anybody else ever again in my life. And that's when, and as a commitment to myself, that's when I got my hands tattooed, because I was like, that's the job stopper.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Now in New York, it's like you've got cops. They're like I don't know if they're on the face yet, but they got neck and hand tattoos. So.
Keeping up with the times, but that's why I haven't touched this yet. I'm not sure. This all might go south, and I might need to become a lawyer.
Matthew McConaughey played a lawyer.
That's right.
Yeah.
He also played a Dallas Buyers Club. Check that out. We could go.
Fantastic movie.
It is a fantastic.
Yo, you know what my favorite movie is that he did? True Detective. Did you see that?
True Detective is the shit. It's so dark. You know?
Watching him and Woody Harrelson act was like watching just two masters spar.
Yeah.
Like you could tell that like they were just trying to outdo each other in a good way.
Yeah,
you know?
I love that. I love that energy. So, do you really think I look like Matthew McConaughey, or you just?
No, I do.
My lay for the camera.
Well, I mean, I had to like. I wouldn't just like. I didn't say you looked like Barney Rubble. You know,
thanks,
like I think you look like Matthew McConaughey.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it. How do you how do you balance all you do in music, Catfight Coffee, and all the shit you do? How does that work?
I need to work on that.
Tell me the secret.
I need to work on that.
It's from the outside. It seems like you're doing a really good job.
I'm terribly out of balance.
But can you even be in balance with all that going on? Is it even possible?
I mean, honestly, on tour, it's a little easier because from basically what my day looks like is I wake up and by noon, I'm in a coffee shop on a laptop and I work on Catfight stuff till about 4:30. And then I go back to the venue, and at the moment I close the laptop, then I go into Rock World, you know.
You have somebody at Catfight headquarters.
Yeah, we have Danny doing the order fulfillment.
So that's always nice.
Yeah, and what I'm working on right now is, if anybody's on TikTok, I'm visiting a different coffee shop every day for 50 days in a row consecutively. So it's 50 coffee shops in 50 days. Today we're at Black Forge. But it's everything from truck stops to some of the most high-end boutique places that are like $80 for a small bag of coffee to fucking toilet water.
How's TikTok life working for you? We're trying to break into TikTok. I feel like I don't want to feel like the old guy on TikTok.
No, you know what? Just do you. That's the thing that I came to realize is just do you. And the other thing too is you have to do lives.
Really?
Oh my God, dude. Lives. It's insane. And it's funny because when you do a TikTok live, we'll do one for Catfight later.
Yeah.
You'll see it.
Yeah.
You'll get trolls.
Yeah.
Who say like, hey, you look like Wayne from Wayne's World, you know?
Yeah.
And then you get some people that legitimately go, hey, do you play in a band? I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
That is the best thing in the world to hear, because that's somebody new that's paying attention. If they actually took time to write, hey, who are you? That means they're interested, and they didn't go,
oh yeah,
like that.
Sure.
So we've gained so many more, like we only have like 2,000 followers on TikTok. But as far as customers go, dude, when I do a live on there, I'm just exposed to so many more people. Like whereas with Instagram, you're only exposed to the people who already follow you.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So when we do our live streams for Catfight, I'll do TikTok and Instagram at the same time, and I'll look on the Instagram, and it'll be at like a steady 25, 35 people the whole time. TikTok will jump up to like 80 people, 90 people, and we don't have, a ton of followers, so that's all new people.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Do you have a social media person? Is it just you figure it out? How do you have time for that? I feel like I can't.
Like I said, I'm out of balance. I need to.
Yeah, man.
When we get home, we need to. Part of the moving thing is we need to figure out. I think we need to hire another employee or give one of our employees more responsibilities. Because the one thing that I have learned is that running your own business is like being a painter, and it's like if you're a painter and you're painting your painting and it's right here, right? You need to step back every once in a while and look at that painting from far away to see the bigger picture, no pun intended. Yeah. But you need to step back and look at it and make sure that everything is where it's supposed to be. And I need more of that because I haven't had that in a while.
Well, it looks like you're killing it, man.
Thank you.
That's a really good tip, really good metaphor. We're going to take that, Zach, write that down. We need to do
Ready
that.
for this? Part of working is not working.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Part of working is not working. You have to stop sometimes.
Step back.
You have to. You have to. You're either going to burn out or you're going to make bad decisions.
How do you implement rest or taking a step back? Like you have a schedule, like this is my day off, or is it just kind of intuitive? I'm feeling burnout coming. Let's pull back. One
thing that I have certain days of the week that I go and do music stuff. But even with that, it's like there's always there's always Catfight stuff to do. But generally, as a rule, I start my Catfight day at 11, and then I stop it at 8 when I'm at home. And when I'm done, I'm done.
Cool.
And in fact, even with Mei Ling, like if she gets started later in the day and she wants to ask me something at 9, I'm like, I'm done.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
If it's something that can wait till tomorrow, then let's write it down and we'll get to it tomorrow.
I like that. That's the thing I've realized with having your own business is there's always something that you're going to have to do 100% of the time. Like you're never done. It follows you as long as you let it, follow you.
And the thing is you know when you're full of shit. You know when you're being lazy. And if you don't know, God bless you. I don't know what to tell you.
It might be the move.
Yeah.
Ignorance might be the move.
Maybe.
But that's what fitness teaches you too. I know you're a fit guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get out what you put in, but sometimes that works against you, or at least it can work against me. I'm speaking for myself. Like I'm like a nose to the grindstone, get shit done no matter what kind of guy. And sometimes that's not the move. Like you said, you need to pull back.
No, and in fact, it's funny you should say that because one of the things that I want to make time to do is getting back into my workout routine. Okay. So when we were in Taiwan, where my wife is from, we were basically running the business from over there, and it's just a slower. It's weird. It's like it's a slower pace, but people work just as hard.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain, but we had a personal trainer and we were going to the gym, 3 and 4 days a week, committed, to it.
Makes a difference.
Huge difference.
Huge difference, man.
Yeah.
What kind of stuff are you doing?
This is sort of interesting, and maybe this will help some people out there. It might help you.
So.
I've been a migraine sufferer for past 10 years, and I was seeing a specialist in Taiwan so that we could figure out what it was. The good news is that I don't have a brain tumor. The bad news is they couldn't narrow down exactly what it was. In Taiwan, to be a personal trainer, you have to go to school for 2 years. I don't think that it's that way here. No, exactly. So anytime I had a personal trainer membership is kind of bullshit. They're trying to upsell you, whatever. And not to say that there aren't good ones out there.
I know all about it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
I got it, yeah.
So my trainer had 2 years of schooling. And so he knew nothing about the migraine thing. And he was just having me do some basic things, and one of the things he had me do was he was having me do squats.
Yeah.
And he noticed that when I do, my knees like kind of pigeon in, like that's always how I stand holding guitar and shit. And he's like, your knees need to be under your shoulders. Can you do that? And I did, and I was like, yeah, it's a lot harder that way. And he's like, all right. He's like, you got really weak quads. And he's like, and you got weak glutes, but also there's a muscle over top of your glutes, and I'm not sure what that is. I forget what it's called. He's like, do you have back problems? And I'm like, not too much, but sometimes. He goes, do you have migraines? I said, I do. He's like, well, what supports your back? And I was like, your core? He's like, yeah, your core and your legs and your glutes and all that. He's like, let's work on your legs. He's like, I think if we work on your legs, we can help with your migraines and also help with your core and everything else.
Totally.
And
never skip leg day. Rule number 1.
I always skipped leg day.
Yeah. See?
Always skipped leg day.
Slade does not skip leg day.
But now, like man, this guy, he was so good. It was so worth the money.
That's so cool, man. I love to hear that.
If you find a good trainer, spend the money. Absolutely. Like this guy.
Yeah, we should get you on a Death Comes Lifting. You can take your shirt off and compete with Jerry Oney when you're on stage.
Jesus Christ! Not right now. Not right now. My abs are flabs right now.
Get back in shape
I know.
for the Misfit shows.
Oh, that's the plan.
Yeah. If you need anything, I would love to help out, man. Or
awesome.
Just that's what I do, man. That'll be fun. It's really I'm blessed. During the pandemic, I pretty much started a second personal training business with just all online training, sending people programs. We do Zoom, and it's been going really well. I got to help a lot of people through that.
Good.
So yeah, man, I loved it.
And that was kind of one of the good things about COVID, and one of the things I love about Catfight, which I can tell you love about Death Comes Lifting. Yeah, it's a business. Yeah, of course we want to get paid, but when we started doing our live streams during COVID, I got so much out of it, and other people got so much out of it. And I didn't think that was, I started it because I heard Gary Vaynerchuk say, you got a live stream. I was like, all right, well, Gary V says it, I guess I got to do it.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize how much human connection helps just in happiness.
So crazy.
Yeah.
That's why we branded it the Lifting Dead Army. It's like, the KISS Army. It's like a community, and like people are on there and they form relationships and they're friends and they're dating people, and like all from just, we're streaming some yoga classes and posting some, merch, and people buy their membership, and it's like, we have this whole fucking community that like we give people a place that they felt out of place in.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
what fulfills me and keeps me going in this business more than anything.
Yeah.
So I like that we're aligned in that way.
And it's a great tagline, fitness for misfits. That's great.
It is what it is. Yeah. It's what it is. Catfight Coffee is coffee for misfits.
Yeah.
It is. And we teach, when I do my live yoga classes, the only live classes I do are here. So I'm on stage and we play Sabbath. Nice. Sabbath Sunday through the PA, and it's all right here. So this is the yoga spot.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. You were talking about it earlier. It's funny because we did some yoga classes at our gym there.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter that I didn't speak the language because I knew all the poses and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Next time you're in town, if you have more time, dude, we should make that happen.
No, I would love to.
Gym.
In fact, I was going to hit you up because we were supposed to have our day off here, and instead we had it in Ohio.
Nothing.
Ohio's great, but we were in the middle of this gray right off the interstate.
Oh, dude.
It wasn't fun.
Yeah, there's some cool gyms in the city. I'd
Cool.
like to take you to one of these days, or do a yoga class or some shit. That'd be rad.
Awesome.
That'd be rad. Anything else you'd like to plug while we're here?
No, just check out Catfight Coffee, and obviously check out Death Comes Lifting.
We'll do some shit together. We're gonna show you around Black Forge now. Drink some coffee, do a live stream.
Cool.
A pal.